Today we're going to take a look at what life could look like for you in just being jacked, right? I'm going to give you 3 things that I've learned personally, and many other people who've built their body game could tell you how your life is going to change once you get jacked. The special thing about being in shape is that a lot of people, well, pretty much 70% of the population will never get to experience some of the great benefits that come with being jacked. Let's be honest, right? One thing I know in particular that is going to change drastically is going to be your presence and how it's felt. Whether you're talking to men, whether you're talking to women, whether you're out at a get together or a family function, we're all human, right? We all are felt. We all have presence. But once you're jacked, you're going to start to notice people look at you differently. And what I mean by that is it could be family members. They'll treat you differently. Something about being in shape, it's a primal instinct that other people pick up from that. They're going to treat you with more respect. They're going to look at you as a more trustworthy figure because you show discipline. You show great strength when things get tough. They're going to look at you as an authority figure. Your presence is going to be felt. Look at it as your aura, like think about it like Superman. When Superman walks in the building, you can feel his aura, you can feel his energy. Now, what is it? Is it that he's super strong? Is it the way he looks as far as his face? Or is it his body? Is it his posture? Is it the way he walks in upright, shoulders broad, chest out, commanding the air in a room, right? And so what you have to understand is right now you may be a skinny fat kid. You may walk through school and you may you may feel like you're going unnoticed, like no one sees you, no one hears you, like you have no voice, you have no presence, right? That may be your life right now. Or you may be fat. You may be watching this video and you're a bit overweight, you're out of shape, you don't really like how your physique looks. You're not getting the attention you want from women. You're not getting the respect from your guy friends that you want. No one's depending on you or counting on you. And that's just to say this. Once you're jacked, you're going to feel different. The way people are going to treat you is going to be extremely different. Just simply off your presence. Now let's move on to the next one. The next one is kind of going to be about how females will have like a sort of primal attraction to you. When you get jacked, you'll begin to notice that there will be a natural magnetism of females that flock towards you. There will be females that just want to be in your presence. They want to be in your vicinity, meaning they're not going to be directly in your face, but they'll put themselves around you. There's a saying that goes along the lines of this. It's like you don't chase a butterfly. You build a garden that'll attract them. And so when you build your body, you're going to realize, you're going to start to notice that females will be naturally inclined to want to be around you. Why? Because it's something inside them. It's like a primal instinct inside them that says this man is safe. This man is good to mate with. And this man will be a great protector. And it's going to feel great. It's going to feel good for you. When you get jacked, you're going to feel it. And you're going to be like, wow, like you're going to notice that finally in your life, whether you're skinny as fuck or whether you're fat as fuck and you've never dealt with women, you've never had attention, you've never, been able to experience that side of life. Once you get in shape, once you get jacked, you're going to put yourself ahead of the game to the point to where women are going to automatically be just physically attracted to you. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be in love with you. I'm not saying they're going to be diehards for you. But what I am saying is that there's going to be a sex appeal. Think about it like this. When you're walking down the street, or whether you're inside of a mall or a grocery store, and you see a nice, pretty lady go by, she got a pretty face. Instantly, after you look at her face, what happens next? You look down, right? Come on, be real. We all do. You look down at her chest. If her breast is exposed, you see her breast and you say, wow, she got a nice rack on her, okay? So now she go from being cute, being pretty, to now she's kind of hot and she's kind of sexy. Then you go down and you see she got a slim waist and she got some curviness. You know what I mean? She got some curves. Now you're thinking to yourself like, oh, dang, what I do to her? So now you fantasize in your head. And just understand this. When you're jacked, it's going to be the same way for females. Now, I'm not saying all females, but for the majority of females, when they see a man and he's jacked and he got, a nice figure, he's lean. Now, I'm not talking about big and bulky, none like that. Women aren't really attracted to like the big bulk look. They're attracted to the lean aesthetic look. You got to be shredded, you got to be lean, you got to be cut, right? And so it goes from that to point where I wanted to bring you along is once you find yourself in that situation where you have women and they're in your presence, they're in your vicinity, you're going to have two types of women, right? You're going to have one type who is shy, meaning that she sees you, but she doesn't want you to know that she sees you. So she'll be in your space and it'll be moments when you're not even paying attention. You could be working, you could be focusing on whatever you're doing, whatever task at hand, right? And she'll be watching you. She'll be staring at you. But the moment you look up and you look at her, she looks like she's just doing casual work. She looks like she's just floating around, right? She doesn't want you to know that she's watching you, but she is eagerly watching you, eagerly waiting for you to say something to her or to approach her. That's one type of woman. Two, the second type of woman would be the type of woman who lets you know that she sees you. She'll look at you, lust in all of her eyes, and she'll let you know, I see you, you see me. Are you going to say something or do I got to come up? Those are the dangerous types. You want to be wary of them type of women, right? Because I'm going to leave it at that. That's going to be for another video, but just be wary of those type of women and make sure you protect yourself. But back to my point. You're going to notice these things, right? You from these two type of women. The shy one who rather, you just, you're gonna notice these things. The shy one who, just kind of watches you and lingers around you, never approaches, never says anything. She's just in hopes that you come and say something to her. She's in hopes that you approach her. And then you're going to have the more bold woman who's going to let you know that she sees you with lust all in her eyes. Whether it's in person or whether it's online, you will notice that these are the same type of woman because online, how she will interact will be, for example, if you post a picture of your body, not only will she like your picture, not only may she slide up on your story and send heart emojis or send heart eyes. Typically, that kind of woman is the same kind of woman who you would see in public and who would let you know that she sees you and who may ask you, hey, are you single? Hey, you in a relationship and so forth. Same type of woman, right? They just interact a little bit differently when it's online versus when it's in person. The shy woman is kind of similar to the woman who, like I just gave you an example of, the one that's in public who sees you and let's say she doesn't want to say anything to you, doesn't want to approach you, but she watches you. It's going to be the same thing with, online. You'll have women who will just constantly watch your story, constantly watch your posts, and they're watching you, but they're never going to say nothing. They're going to think to themselves, and they may talk amongst their friends, but they're never going to slide up. They're not going to do anything of, any of the sort. They may even like your post, but you're not going to go as far as to comment and leave hard eyes and nothing like that. So you'll kind of, be able to navigate once you get to that stage, right? The third point I want to address is you're going to be ahead of 70% of the population because currently we live in a world where most people are either fat, obese, or just skinny fat. You know what I mean? And so once you get jacked, you're going to be so above majority of the people to the point to where you're going to be like a rare artifact, just walking around in Walmart or, a grocery store, like let's say Aldi's or something. You're going to be walking around and you're going to notice as you look around. And I want you to do this. Next time you go to the grocery store, I want you to, whether you're jacked or fat, skinny, in shape, whatever, I want you to walk around and just look at how many people you see who are either overweight, who are either skinny fat, or, elderly. You're going to see the majority of people are going to be either skinny or overweight, right? You're not going to see many jacked people. you're going to probably be able to count on one hand, maybe two, maybe, depending on where you're at. If you're in Miami, you'll see more. If you're in a place like Georgia, you'll see less, far less. But the thing is, you're going to notice that a lot of people, majority of people, are not going to be in shape. So just by you just simply walking around and you're shredded, you're jacked, you're in shape, you're lean, you're chiseled, the amount of attention, the amount of eyeballs you're going to get, it can almost make you feel a bit uncomfortable, because you can almost begin to wonder like, well, geez, you know, do I have something on my face, or gee, am I, you know, looking a bit rough today? But in reality, no, those aren't eyeballs of judgment. Those are eyeballs of admiration. When they looking at you, they are in such awe and such, you know, admiration of your physique, your sculpture, the work you've put in. And as you get used to it, you're gonna be, you know, it's gonna be normal for you, right? You're gonna get to the point to where it's gonna be normal. You're gonna walk around and you're gonna see the way people look at you. At the same time, you have to almost accept it, because this is your new identity, right? In order to become this new version of yourself, you have to kill the old version. So it's not like you're trading. It's not like you're still the old you, because you're not. Mentally, you may be, you know, in your mind, the way you communicate, the way you interact. However, your presence is felt differently. When Clark Kent transforms into Superman, he's a completely different person. He's a completely different person, right? His aura is different. His energy is different, completely different. And essentially, that's how your life is going to go, from the version of you, who you are now, to the version of that you could be, you can be. That version of you is going to look completely different. The amount of people he's going to have that's going to be, you know, admiring him, the amount of women he's going to be able to, you know, let's say approach, let's say date, let's say have sexual encounters with, the bar is going to be up here. It's going to raise enormously. And that's just to say this, right? You have to ask yourself a question. What do I want to get jacked for? Is it because I want to be healthy? Is it because I want to attract more women? Is it because I want to be able to protect myself and my family? Or is it all three? Now, if you're a man's man, let's be honest, it's all three. It's all three, right? You want to be able to attract women because you want to have beautiful women around you. You want to have options. You want to have the ability to not be nervous or timid or shy. You want to feel like you could be yourself. You want to feel like there's a fair chance, right? And that's just to say to my next point, which is even if you're broke, even if you have no money, you don't got to be rich. You don't got to be making 10K a month. Just being jacked alone, bro, the amount of the size of the pool of women you'll have access to is gonna be up here. It's gonna be wide. It's gonna be a huge amount. Why? Because, like I said, it leads back to that primal instinct. Most women, they're gonna see you and instinctively they'll want to like have you in bed. They'll want to mate with you. But the thing is this, right? You don't want to geek out about it. And you don't want to get all into the science about it and whatnot. Just understand, the same way you look at a female and she got an hourglass shape, you know, she got that Coke bottle shape. Let's be real, bro. You're looking at her and you're thinking like, damn, I take her down. I put her head through the billboard, right? But it's the same way when a woman looks at a guy and he's in shape, he's jacked. You know, he got traps, shoulders, thick biceps, broad chest. These are the muscles that females generally, you know, find very attractive. And once you work on that part of your physique, once you build that brick by brick, you're going to notice these things. And if you're in shape, you've already noticed these things. If you're not in shape, well, buddy, you're not really experiencing the peak of life. You're not. And if you're in a place right now where you're not, you know, making much money, you're not rich, the best thing you can do is get your body in shape, because outside of being rich, being fit and being aesthetic is the peak of life, man. It's the peak. You see a different side of life. from the male side and the female side, you experience a different side of life in general. And so I'm here just to let you know that if you're thinking about getting in shape, if you're thinking about, building your body and taking 2026 serious, what are you waiting on? Don't do it for me. Don't do it for the females. Do it for you. Do it for you. Do it for yourself. The females, the gym bros, or not even the gym bros, but, men in general, that's just a benefit. The respect you'll get from men, the compliments you'll get from females, the attention, the sexual attraction, that's just a bonus. But what's most important about building a physique is the ability to see what your body is truly capable of, the ability to fight and to have some level of persistence, to be resilient when things get rough. It's going to make you a better thinker. It's going to make you a more respectable guy in general. Every area of your life is going to 10x. And I'm telling you this not just, as some sort of fairy tale, but it's real life. Every jack man can vouch for this. 2026 is going to be the year you're going to go up. You're going to get in the gym. You're going to get right. Forget a New Year's resolution. Forget it, I'm going to do it because it's, January 1st is New Year's, New Year, new me. Forget that. Just start. In fact, hold on. If you're really serious and you really want this, start right now. Right now. Don't be a pussy. Start right now. I tell you what. If you can do a push-up, do 5. Right now. Just do 5. I don't care where you at or what you're doing. Do 5. If you can't do a push-up, do 5 squats. Start somewhere. Just do something. Do something. Stop pushing it off to tomorrow. Stop pushing it off to the New Year's. Just do it right now. You're going to feel good. That's going to be your accomplishment for today. Right? And so that's where you want to get at in this journey. It's just about starting. That's all it is. Just starting somewhere. So get your head out of your ass. Get your head out the clouds. Stop dreaming about having the physique and the body you want. Just go for it. You can get it. I dreamt about the same thing you're dreaming about. The only difference is I seen other guys who had the physique that I wanted. And I told myself, I said, why can't I obtain it? Because I absolutely can. If they can, I can. So can you. Peace out.